record it on the computer. Cool. Right, so sort this back out. Ooh. There you are. So you just killed the creature. Oh. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, so you've just looted the it's really difficult not to say what it is. So you will know, someone give me religion.
I think yeah, the best country.
18.
Yeah, it's pretty high. We'll do it as like a group check.
7.
5.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, you need to pull this back.
I'm trying. 17.
There we go. Okay, so you will see some of the symbols on the underside of the cloak, on the helmet itself, and you'll know that you'll recognise some of them as being like the symbols for Merkel, who is the kind of like Lord of Bones, as it were. So back in the day, there was a single deity that controlled death. You know, much like what we've got in pop culture now, we've got death with the sickle. But that job was split out between 3, and one of them is called Merkel, and Merkel looks after the dead. But this is obviously a cultist. It's worshipping Merkel. And now you turn your attention to the Pestle Immortal. Can someone give me Arcana?
16.
Yeah, pretty good. So you'll know, or you'll tell by what the is it the pestle, the bowl, isn't it? It's the pestle. What the pestle is. It's actually like made of wax. It's not like a stone, what you might expect, but there is a bone type powder on the inside, and you can see that from the slain dragon cultist that a part of the rib has been removed. It's been ground into this like wax kind of substance, and the wax substance forms like the base of a skull, near like the jaw part, the skull. So from the roll, you would make an educated guess that perhaps this acolyte for Merkel, or this necromancer, is trying to bind this dragon cultist to the to the skull. So basically, that it can bring it back as like another skeleton. Is kind of what you saw with the skeleton of bones, the noble. Obviously not in that form. It will come back as just like a base skeleton, but it's just trying to trap the soul, thereby giving power to its lord, Merkel. So there's a clear way forward now, leading up here. Did you want to venture that way, or did you want to go back?
Go forward.
Venture.
Forward? Cool.
Yeah.
Ooh. You will find that as you move forward, keep these, that you come to a kind of long road. So you venture out. Let's keep you at the precipice for now. And as you look out, you can see a humanoid wearing black leather armor and a black cloak with a spiked mantle, standing motionless in the center of the path. So it's a medium creature standing there, facing away, facing down. What do you guys want to do?
We run up behind him and steal his coat.
Okay, cool. So Yalavanese moves forward, creeps to the past the giant bird-like eagle creature, creeps up. You didn't roll a stealth. You're just going straight into it. So the creature knows you're there,
right.
And you find that the creature isn't actually alive. Give me an investigation check.
Concentration. Good. Ooh, tied. Oh, 20.
20, good roll. So you will see that the humanoid is a high-ranking dragon cultist. From your briefing back at the Black Antler and from your own experience, you'll know that this kind of dragon cultist is known as a dragon claw. It's kind of like your lieutenants, if you will.
Okay.
But you also find that the humanoid has been impaled on a spear. The tip of the spear just juts out from the dead dragon claw's mouth. And you can guess that the rest of the spear is being hidden by the cultist's clothing. You'll find that on its right hand, you did a good investigation check. You're checking him all over, and you find a silver ring bearing the insignia of Tiamat, and you'd guess that it's worth probably 15 gold pieces.
Loot it.
Or, in the right circles, quite a bit more.
Okay.
I'll take the ring.
Take the ring. Yeah, cool. It's yours. You've looted it. So, what do you want to do now?
Can we get the spear?
Get the spear. You'd have to remove the dragon cultist if you wanted that. You could do that if you want. Let's say, give me a strength check.
A check is just a straight D20 with no plus, isn't it?
You'll have your strength bonus.
Okay. 20.
Say again?
20.
20, now 20. Okay, yeah. You lift the dragon cultist off. You're careful not to bend put undue pressure on the spear itself. The spear is now exposed. You can see that it's been shoved into the ground with quite some force, and it's not easily moved. You'd have to give me another strength check to try and remove the spear.
Ooh. 17.
Not enough. A considerable amount of force went into this. You managed to pry it slightly loose, but the ground has got it still quite tight.
Can I help?
Yeah. So Mark, roll again, but with advantage. So both of you are now trying to get this spear out of the ground.
What do you mean with advantage? Sorry.
So you roll twice and take the highest number because you've got someone helping you. So we'll put Mike.
Of course, it's the same number. 8.
Is your highest number?
Yeah.
And you
You're
roll
both the
twice.
same.
Okay,
Do,
cool. All right.
do
Yeah.
I need to roll, Matt?
No, because you're helping the creep.
Okay.
Your party member. The party member will then have the advantage on the check. But unfortunately, failed. So the staff or the spear remains cemented in place.
Can they step aside and either go?
Go on then. Show them how it's done.
Goodbye, guys. Am I rolling strength?
Yeah. Straight strength.
21.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You one hand pull this. You see that the end of the spear has got kind of like a metal covering on it. It's almost like the spearhead on the other side, but it's just missing the tip. So it's ideal for staking things. So you have got yourself a spear. I imagine that you wave it in the face of the other two. Quite proud of yourself. Stuck on this. Flex some guns as you walk past with it.
Check out my spear, pussies.
Exactly. Stuck on that. Manpower.
Do I add a spear to my equipment?
Yeah, throw it in.
Spear.
So south is not the way you want to go. You came in to the forest south, so you guess that south isn't it's not where you want to be. You're not going to gain anything from going that way. So you will want to move north, but again, you can go up the path that you can see here, leading this way, or you can go back and go up, or follow the creek on.
Can we pick up the pestle and mortar from
Yeah, you
the
can pick
start
that.
of it?
As you pick it up, you can kind of hear like a whisper on the wind. You can't quite make out like any words, but you definitely feel that there's an otherworldly presence with you as you hold the pestle and mortar.
All right. And now that I've got it, can I go and grind the bones of the person that we just picked up off the spear?
Oh,
You could, but you don't know the incantations. You'll just be grinding bone.
That sounds cool. I'll do it anyway.
Fuck it. We got time to spend. Yeah, 100%. You take a rib from the dragon cultist that you just pulled off. You put it into the bowl, and you start grinding away. Nothing's really happening. It's just like a coarse grinding sound. Some of you might find it a little bit grating, but you don't feel anything happening.
I've got my spear, I'm fine.
Yeah, Yalabanese is happy now.
Keep the pestle and mortar, yeah?
yeah.
If you want, it might be worth something if you sold it to the right people.
Cool.
I'm sure that you can find a black market somewhere who might want the spirit that's attached to it at the moment. We never know. So, are you guys moving on north?
Yeah. Yeah. North.
Everyone goes up this way. We'll turn everyone around. Again, we'll put everyone at the precipice for the moment. Medium creature's gone. And you will find, beautifully drawn, move the camera angle, but what's the point in having a sexy silicon mat if you can't just do this? Oh no, it's running away.
Ainbury Hill Fort.
Almost.
Thank God for flat Earth.
So you enter this large clearing area, and you see that there's a large stone altar that sits atop a small hill, surrounded by a 3 foot deep moat of sorts. To the north, east, south, and west, large weathered stone figures gaze down upon the altar, with their arms stretched out towards it. Placed on top of the altar is a dragon cultist bound in mystical chains. A humanoid wearing a black hooded cloak and black leather armour seems to be interrogating the bound cultist. You hear that the robed figure is demanding to know where the dragon cult is hoarding their treasure. And with every denial, the mystical chains get tighter and tighter as the bound cultist cries out in pain. What do you guys do? So let's say,
Shout out to the the hooded figure.
you're going to shout out. What are you going to shout?
Give us your hood.
No, Chris, don't you reckon we should just use stealth?
There might be an idea.
No, I'm on 5 HP.
Okay. All right. Well, we can stealth. We'll stealth.
It's up to you. So you're going to stealth. Okay, so everyone roll stealth. What's that? Is that me or is that you?
That's my phone ringing, but it comes through my laptop as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, same. Okay. Everyone rolling me stealth?
I
Got
got
16.
16, yeah.
16.
Wait, did we all get 16?
What did Chris get?
16.
Wow, okay. Yalabanese?
Sorry, I missed all of that. It froze.
Oh, sorry. If you roll stealth.
Stealth. Okay.
Just say you got 16.
18.
Chris got 15. So you enter the clearing and you don't seem to trigger the attention of the cultist that's still interrogating the bound found other cultist. It's a bit awkward, isn't it? What do you guys want to do?
Watch.
Watch. Oh, that's pretty sick. Anyone else?
I'm happy to fly over there by myself if people are a little bit cautious.
Hesitant, not quite sure what's going on.
What are they doing? Because everything froze and it all fucked up.
Oh, sorry. And so, did you get the setup that there's a 3-foot deep moat running around a small raised hill?
Yeah.
On top of the hill, there's a bound cultist on an altar that's chained up with mystical chains that seem to be tightening with every denial of where the Queen's treasure is being hoarded.
By some hooded people.
Yep. There's a figure in black with a black cloak and a black leather armour that you can see coming out from underneath it. It's got a knife to the throat of the bound dragon cultist.
What was the thought then, guys?
Well,
Watch it.
Baku, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity. It's a natty 20, and I don't know, where's my dexterity?
Natty 20, that'd be fine, mate. Don't worry about it. Behind you, you've got Rhea. Rhea needs to make a dexterity saving throw. And she fails. Oh, my God. So, a dagger comes flying from the north end of the clearing. Baku sees it coming, dodges slightly out of the way, and Rhea, unbeknownst to what's going on, takes a dagger straight to the sternum.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Does it hit? Yes, it does. And it takes...
Killed her.
Oh, no. She's right. She only took 1 point of damage.
Oh.
That is a lucky Rhea. See, she's been in a few fights. She knows what's going on. She knows to armor up the center of the body like Batman. Make him aim for the strongest point. But yeah. So then a second hooded figure in black appears in the northern tree line. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh shit. 7.
17.
14.
I've got myself trapped.
3.
3. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Even with your initiative add-on.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your initiative plus?
2.
Nice. Right. Everyone go again. Sorry, I've got Mike. Mark, what did you get? Baku?
14.
14. Yalabanese?
17.
17. Chris, what did you get?
I got 7.
Oh yeah, that was it. Chris, and I'll play the ranger, who isn't very aware, but slightly better than the big fucking eagle guy. Right, so top of the round, we've got the creature or the humanoid that threw the dagger. Got 3. 1 is still trying to interrogate. So for this round, considered surprised. So it's going to go for Baku again. It's going to launch another dagger. It's going to come at you with a 15 against AC.
13.
13 against it hits. Unfortunately, we've got 3 points of piercing damage. The dagger comes flying towards you. You're not quite as dexterous as last time, and it just nicks you under the armpit.
Oh, Mark's only got 2 hit points left.
Are you feeling it? I would retreat if I was that guy. Yalabanese, you're up.
I'll hide.
Where do you want to move? Do you want to move anywhere? Do you want to launch some... I think you need to be within 30 foot to get your Sacred Flame and your cantrips off. 5, 10. Oh yes. So you could get number 1 just, but number 3 you won't be able to reach with your spells at the moment.
What for what? I've got range 60 foot for frostbite.
Oh, 60 foot. Yeah, banging. All right, you get both.
Let's do that.
Cool. Is that a dexterity throw or is that a attacking? Is it a +6 or something?
No, it just says 14. Con
14.
14.
Okay, so it's a dexterity saving throw. So the creature needs to move out the way. Your spell automatically hits. It's then just down to the creature to see whether it takes half damage by moving slightly, or whether it takes the brunt of it. And it fails. So the creature takes all of your damage. Give me damage.
6.
6. Nice. So again, to everyone not involved, this ray of frost looks to be moving quite slowly. You can see it almost like freezing the air as the energy passes through it, sucking the heat from the environment around it. It reaches the creature. Or the humanoid doesn't move out the way enough, and its entire left side is got this kind of like frost on it. Ray of frost, Jess.
Mhm.
It got a. Does it affect the creature's speed? Or is it simply a attacking spell? With a lot of frost and ice damage types, they also get like an impediment on their speed.
Cast at will, damage 6, customize, cast in time, 1 action, range 60 foot. Where am I reading for this?
The spell description.
Oh, right. You can cause someone to frost to form 1 creature can see within range. The target must be a constitution saving throw. Refer to the target. Disadvantage on the next. It has a disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay, cool. So it's got disadvantage on any attack that it makes. Cool, brilliant. So it's then Raya's turn. Raya is going to charge straight.
What the fuck is wrong with Raya? Oh my god.
Well, he's going to go for number 1.
Stupid.
Number 1 at this point isn't expecting anything. It's deep in its interrogation. And Raya's going to hit it with 1 attack. We've got 3 points of damage. He's going to go for a second attack. Again with the mace, hits with a 1 damage. That wasn't very impressive. So the first attack gets it in the small of the back. The hooded figure then turns. You can see that it's wearing another type of mask, different to the one before, but this time you can see that there's like a red glow in the humanoid's eyes. Then your second attack comes down. It moves slightly out of the way, moving its left half of its body, and it just takes a graze from the mace from its second attack. Then we've got Baku.
I guess I fall back behind everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad shout.
Or
Behind everyone, or just
behind everyone.
Yeah.
Fucking everyone. I've got 2 HP. Can I go like and just hide somewhere? Stealth, whatever. I don't know.
No. You can take dodge action though. So any attack made against you is made a disadvantage.
Sorry, how do I do that?
Oh no, you don't. It's just whenever if you take the dodge action, whenever a creature attacks you in its turn, it has disadvantage on the attack because you're there ready for it. So it's kind of like a ready and wait kind of action. So you don't need to do anything.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
No worries. So then we've got Corey. And Corey has got perfect line of sight for number 3. So he's going to go with a longbow. I think he had +2 on his attack. And it'll be a 14. Yeah, that hits. I think it's a D8. I won't put his bonus on there because I don't know it. So we'll just go with a straight 4 points of
Do you
damage.
want? I've got a longbow, Matt. Did you want to use my bonus just so then?
Yeah, it could do. It's a dexterity-based weapon, and I think Corey's quite high on dexterity.
Because so my dexterity, I've got a +4, so I get the So if I was to do a crossbow,
Yeah.
then I'd do it'd be 6 plus 6 8 AC. Then it's a 1d8 +4.
Oh, we'll take it. So the arrow goes. So the arrow is loosed. It flies through the area, and it gets the humanoid in black straight in the neck. You hear even from where you are, quite far away, there's like a gurgling kind of sound coming from the creature. It falls to its knees, then falls prone, and you don't hear anything more of it. It is dead. So we've just got number 1 left. At this point, the cultist that's interrogating the bound cultist takes a look at the party, sees Rhea quite behind, then quickly lunges forward with a knife and slits the throat of the bound cultist. The bound cultist bleeds out, but before the blade makes contact, the bound cultist manages to make out a scream, and it kind of screams bathhouse, and then it's no more. It starts bleeding out. The mystical chains relax. It notices that that the creature is now dead, and you can see that blood starts running down into the drain.
Oh God!
So the bound cultist is dead. I'll leave it there if you want, for like a reference for the moment. So number 1 is left. And then we've got Chris, your turn.
So I was going to try reason, but I guess we're beyond that now.
Yeah.
So I'll go and attack number 1, please.
Cool. You can make it with fly if you want.
Yeah, we'll fly over, because why not? If you're a fucking Aarakocra with massive wings, you might as well fly everywhere.
Yeah, cool. You fly up 10 foot, fly forward, and you go straight to its side.
Cool. So 20.
Oh, a natty?
Nah.
Unnatural. Okay, cool. Yeah, hits.
So scimitar first, and that's a 9.
Solid hit.
And then second, so my short sword. Oh, okay, 9.
Doesn't hit.
Cool.
The first attack goes in, slices down the side in a nice Zorro kind of slice, straight from shoulder to hip. The second attack, you lunge forward, but the cultist slips out the way, and you just attack the cloak. You feel it go through, you make contact with the fabric splits. But at that point, the cultist falls to one knee and spits blood onto the floor. Fools! You're finished. You and your precious city. While you've been chasing your tails, trying to curb the threats of a long-dead dragon, you have failed to notice the coming of your own demise. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. For too long you have hidden behind the companion. For too long you have insulted the 9 realms with your piety. Well, all that ends today. Your precious Elturel is finished. It's full, complete. The dead 3 stand triumphant. See you in hell. With the final word spoken, the cloaked figure produces another dagger and proceeds to open the arteries in its throat.
That saves me with what I was going to do, so...
Dead.
Can we investigate the chains?
The chains, yeah. They've got like a magical property to them, so if you give me Arcana.
Arcana, 9.
It's not quite enough. You know that there's definitely a command function to the chains, but you don't quite know what it is at this point.
Shall we group Arcana it?
Well, you're not there just yet. We could move everyone over if you wanted.
Okay, because I was going to say I'm
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you all see the mystical chains. They've got like a kind of like a purplish hue to them. You can. It looks to be made of like a steel, but the steel itself kind of changes color as you inspect it.
okay.
So give me Arcana.
Natty 20.
Okay, now, okay, you know straight away then. Upon second look, you know that these are chains of binding. You know that once attuned to a creature, it will bind a target and perform a function that it's been commanded to do. You will know that it could bind a creature so that it can't escape by means of strength. It will need a magical property to be released, like a dispel magic spell or a knock spell. But you also know that the chains can like stretch outwards. You can kind of use them to like block a door if you wanted. They can pretty much do any function that you command them to.
Can we take them?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, take them.
Do the chains, done. While you're there, taking the chains off of the dragon cultist, do you want to loot the dragon cultist?
Might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very leading, but I needed you guys to. Okay, so you find that the bound dragon cultist has a letter tucked into its.
Boy.
Lovely.
Unless it's Chris. Oh, okay, no worries. You guys happy to carry on there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, it's recorded, so you can. I'll send it to everyone, so you can. If you want. So yeah, so you find that tucked into the right hand pocket of the dragon cultist is like a bound letter. It's still got its wax seal keeping it together. Do you guys want to? What do you want to do? Do you want to look at the letter, discard it, throw it away?
Let's
Just
open
look
it.
at the letter. Yeah.
Read it out, mate.
So you crack open the wax seal. You unfold the letter, and you see that it's written in common. It reads, "Head to the bathhouse in Baldur's Gate and retrieve the Queen's stolen treasure. Bathhouse is located in the northern portion of the lower city. It has a walled garden and frolicking nymphs carved into its front gates. If Duke Nathampar thinks that she can use the Queen's treasure to buy the loyalty of the Cult of the Dead Three, then she is sorely mistaken. I'll be looking for you in Baldur's Gate when I arrive. Have a defensible room prepared in the Elf Song. Bring the treasure there, and Ulyss will reward you. Worm Speaker, Resmir." So that's what the letter says. There might be some useful information in there. Might be a red herring. We'll see.
Cool. Should we just keep that on? Who's going to keep hold of it? Can I be a pain DM? Can you ping that into the group chat?
Yeah, I was going to.
Thank you. Sorry, that's just our fire alarm. Its battery's dying.
Oh, yeah, no, don't worry. Yeah, so yeah, cool. Jess, while you're there, there's another message written in Druidic on this stone altar. Would you like to read it?
Go for it.
Okay, so a similar message as before. It's written in a Druidic craft, and it says, "The dragons have forced us out. No longer safe. Find Trollbark. Mother's blessings upon you." But again, Jess, only you can read this, so you can inform the party of what it says, or you can just keep it to yourself.
I'll keep it to myself.
Cool, fair enough.
Good news, guys. Good news. Sorry.
There's still the other cultist, the one that was what we'll just call it the Nightblade for now. So it's still the Nightblade that was interrogating the dragon cultist, if you want to loot that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you pat the figure down, and you find that it's got a healing potion.
Hey.
Yes, me.
It looks like we'll have to have a fight to see who takes the healing potion.
No, back you. He hasn't got much.
So, Mark, should we use it now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it gives you 2d4 plus 2 points of healing. So if you roll 2d4, then plus yourself for 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So roll 2d4.
Hang on. 7.
Altogether, or is that just your d4s?
I don't know if I've done this app wrong, actually. Hang on. I'll do it separate so that it does it proper. So, first d4 is 1. Next one is 2.
Oh, savage.
And that's
Then-
worse than it was to start with, wasn't it?
Yeah, we'll take it 7.
We'll take the 7.
Points of healing.
7. So I'm back up to 9.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
You all right, mate?
Yeah, the fire alarm's going off, but there's actually no battery in it, so we don't know how it's going off.
Wow. Residual power.
Maybe there's a fire.
Yeah. So,
You haven't got 2 of them, have you, Chris?
well, not that I know of, but we'll find out in a second if it goes off again.
It's got like a watch battery just in there as a backup.
Yeah, Sam was just like, "Can you get it down?" So I took it down, and then she's like, "Oh, the battery's dying." We opened it up, and it's like, "There's no battery in there."
Oh.
So,
Maybe that's what it's trying to say. It's like, guys.
yeah.
All
Give
right.
me-
You've
Cool.
just found a healing potion. Mark grabbed it. He knocked the cap off, so the bottle is now useless, and he just downs the fucker. Gained himself back 9 points of healing. Well, he's back up to 9 points of HP.
To be fair, there was something that needed it.
Yeah,
It
he
was
definitely needed it. You also find that there's another rose. It's kind of like well, you pick it up, you inspect it, you kind of see whether it does anything, and you kind of like move it around the party just as you turn it around, turn it over in your hand. When it points towards Mark, it kind of glows. It has a kind of like a magical property to it, much like the rose that you encountered last session.
Okay.
But last session, you didn't figure out what it was.
Nature check.
You'd want Arcana on this one, mate.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just a rose.
Yeah, just a rose.
That's a rose.
There's like a well, the companion's light is coming through the canopy above you. It's just shining funny.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all you can see. It's got a funny shine to it.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else, or should we
I'll have a look.
you have a look?
So would I roll Arcana?
Yeah, give me Arcana.
14.
14. Again, you can kind of like, you definitely know there's a magical quality to it, but you don't know how to access it or what it was or is.
Oh,
Would my
interesting.
character already know? Or not?
Sorry?
Would my character already know, or would he not yet?
No.
Can I have a look then?
Yeah. Well.
So,
you know
Arcana,
what,
isn't it?
it's give me a roll.
No, there's no. That's a 6, so I don't know anything still.
Yeah, it's a rose.
Well, we might as well go for a full house. Let's have a
Yeah,
look.
Mike.
I've got... I'm not much better. 9.
No. You barely see the color change at all. Although who's holding it? Is it Chris that looted the body, or was it Mark?
Mark.
Mark. Okay, so when it points towards yourself, sorry, mate, you realise that there's a color change to it. So what do you guys want to do?
Keep the rose.
Yeah.
Kiss the rose.
Take it with us.
Yeah, take it with you.
Can we go to number 3? Like, can we loot the other 2 bodies?
Well, yes. The bound cultist or the bound dragon cultist
Yeah.
carried a letter.
Yeah.
Nothing else on it.
No.
So number 3, you go over, you loot it again. You find that there's a healing potion
Cool. I'll take that.
and another rose.
Does it glow for me?
No.
No, motherfucker. If I point it at Mark's direction, does it tint?
You think you see something? Yeah.
Okay. Glow, and it was a healing potion, wasn't it?
Yes.
Healing
Nicely done.
potion.
You found a healing potion and another rose. Cool. So at this point, Rhea will take a moment to contemplate the events that just unfolded before turning to the party and suggesting that they return to the Black Antler and report their findings to Onthar and the others. Do you guys agree?
What, is there any other way to go?
Well, your mission here was to investigate the cult activity of the dragon cults. And what you found is that the dragon cults kind of been like wiped out by a secondary cult that has threatened your city of El Terrell. Apparently it's going to fall, something bad's going to happen, but it could be an empty threat. But it's definitely something that Rhea thinks is worth taking back to the Onthar and the other leaders.
I
We're
say,
not go to Baldur's Gate.
Say again, Mark, sorry?
Could we try heading towards Baldur's Gate? Because that's where the treasure was it not?
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Treasures in Baldur's Gate, yeah. Well, Baldur's Gate is about 3 days' ride away.
oh,
But again, Rhea will say, this information does seem important. We finally got a lead on perhaps where the cult's holding its treasure. You know that they've been attacking the towns up and down the Sword Coast for months. Now, perhaps finally, if we can take their coin purse away, they will disband. So Rhea is very, very much focused on getting back to Onthar. You know, her directive was investigate and bring whatever findings she's got back to the leaders. This is still like an exploratory kind of like gathering. It's never happened before, like the Flaming Fist working with the Order of the Gauntlet, working with the Hell Riders of El Terrell. So it's still quite tetchy. She wants to do the mission and the mission only. She's not quite sure what's going to happen after this point. But at that moment, everyone with a passive perception of 12 or higher can hear a faint, can feel a slight tremor move through the ground. Coming from the direction of the northern tree line, the tremors seem to get stronger and stronger, perhaps indicating that something large is moving towards the party. What do you guys do?
well, I can't hear it or feel it, so I don't know.
Okay, what's everyone's passive perception?
Where's that?
Passive. Where's that?
I think it's called passive wisdom or passive perception.
Oh, exactly 14.
14. Okay, so Mark, you pick up that there's a tremor. You feel that it seems to be moving in your direction. You can see that the water in the stream also has a rippling effect coming from the north, heading south. You could point out to the rest of the party. Rhea definitely notices. Rhea looks around. She's looking at the northern tree line. She looks left. She looks right. She looks south. And you see her kind of about to say something. Jess, do you pick it up?
I'm 16.
16, you definitely feel it. Again, you're looking at the water. You can see the rippling effect coming down. You can feel the tremors get closer and closer and stronger. Mike, what's your passive perception? Did you pick it up?
11.
Unfortunately, you don't. It's quite close. You can see perhaps the the river's doing something quite strange. You can see that there's a rippling effect moving from north to south. At this point, Ray is going to step in. Ray is going to say, guys, we need to get back. Something is coming. I don't think we're prepared to face whatever it is. If it's large enough to make a tremor move through the ground, we should leave.
Fair dues.
I mean, to be fair, we're all quite close to death, aren't we? Well, what's everyone's hit points left?
9.
9.
7.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll move. We'll try and find the horses and then get back.
Okay, so you move south. Well, you've done your directive. The mission is officially complete, apart from just relaying it back to the elders. So I think you'll get to about there, away from the area. And a few moments will pass before a large, monstrous bear with the face of an owl emerges from the northern tree line. The party witness the creature assessing the situation before it darts towards you with extreme speed. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh, fuck.
This initiative.
Oh, my God.
14.
16.
5.
7.
Okay, you've got probably 2 rounds before it moves towards you. You can see it's assessing the situation. What do you guys do? You can run. If you get far enough away, perhaps it will give up. It hasn't quite made it far. It's probably made it to the center. Actually, it's a red token. Red token's large, so it takes up 4 spaces around it. So it's moving forward, it's stepping into the water. It probably makes it to the center. It's assessing the bodies. It sees you, it definitely noticed you, but what do you do?
I say, what is
Run.
that? Run, Mark.
Run.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can run. Why not?
Okay, let's run.
Run, okay. So let's say everyone uses their action to dash, so you can move double speed. Chris, how scared are you? Are you scared? Are you just wanting to get out? Are you trying to brave it out? Do you walk or do you fly?
I'll stay at the back for the party. I'll do my bit to protect.
Okay, so we move it forward. Move forward. So everyone moves their distance. They look back and you can see that the owlbear. Oh fuck! I've given it away. Someone give me nature really quick.
11.
Okay, fuck it. I've given it away. I'll give it to you. So this creature is an owlbear. I'll send a picture through in a second. But it's basically a large, imagine like a grizzly bear. It's huge. It's got like white fur, but its face is that of an owl. It's quite flat. It's got a large beak. Its 2 front paws has got elongated claws. They're definitely longer than the back 2. Perhaps for digging, but you would guess that it's definitely for assault. You also pick up that, with your nature check, that it's probably a very good move for you to run and not face it. So you look back, and it's currently tearing apart the armor of the deceased creatures here. It's ripping flesh. It's taking out the organs. It seems to have a preference for kidneys. The kidneys are removed first, but luckily for you, it doesn't actually seem quite interested in live prey.
Cool.
So well done, guys. You escape. So you guys find the horses. Last session, Rhea spent most of her time tying them up. She did quite well. Good road work. You all find your horses. You all get on your horses, and if you want to, you can leave the forest. Make it back to El Terrell, the city of Israel, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so after about 20 minutes of travel, the party leave the Eltergard woods and make their way back to the dirt road that leads south towards the city. But not all is as it should be. The companion's light grows dim, and a faint crackle can be heard coming from the once radiant sun. Rhea looks visibly panicked. Something's wrong, she will snap. We need to get back quickly. Rhea then signals the party to leave the winding road and gallop towards the city gates as fast as they can. The party then manage to travel as much as 200 meters before the companion's light fades completely and a darkness takes over the orb. Streaks of purple lightning emanate from the companion, striking the city indiscriminately as the desperate cries of horrified citizens fill the air. The party manage another 200 meters before the material plane itself splits open, revealing the fiery depths of Avernus, the first layer of hell. Massive flaming chains then rise from the rift and latch onto the city before dragging Elturel alongside the companion down into the hellish void. The inferno is almost blinding, and is accompanied by a symphony of deafening blasts that seem to stifle the pleading screams of those trapped within the city. A scorched rainbow-coloured scarf flutters helplessly in the wind as darkness falls upon the land. Where Elturel once stood, now only a crater remains. In an instant, Elturel is no more. In an instant, Elturel has fallen. A mournful silence falls over the land as the few that survived Elturel's fall now begin to make their way west towards the harbour city of Baldur's Gate. Standing in direct contrast to Elturel, a shining city of outstanding natural beauty and equal opportunity, Baldur's Gate is known to the party to be a city of corruption and sin, and it's all too proud to display its sinister underbelly to the world. Bisected along lines of wealth, for the rich, Baldur's Gate is a gilded paradise, where every whim can be catered for. If you have the coin, nothing is out of reach. For everyone else, though, life in Baldur's Gate is nasty, brutish, and short. Crime is rampant, and poverty is ever present. Bound by the treaties of old, Rhea makes clear that she is to stay with the refugees. I must follow our survival procedures, she will insist. As the highest ranking member of the Order known to still be alive, I must protect those that survived. You are not bound by the same restrictions, though. You should ride on ahead and follow the only lead that we have. Who are this cult of the Dead Three, and what do they have to do with Elturel's fall? With Elturel no more, we are all that's left of the Alliance. We must act quickly to find out what happened here. We must find a way to reverse this calamity and bring everyone back. Well, that was a lot, guys. So whatever the cultists said has rung true. The material plane has split. Elturel has been claimed by the first layer of hell. What do you guys do? Do you want to ride on to Baldur's Gate?
Well, we've kind of got no other option, have we?
Yeah,
So might
I
as
think
well.
so.
You could stay with the, you could defy Rhea. You could stay with the refugees, but it's probably better that you travel in a smaller group, get there quickly, try and investigate what's going on.
So we all, hang on, better to what? Investigate Baldur's Gate or the refugees?
Well, Rhea will make clear, Rhea will kind of say that it will be easier and a lot more simpler for you to ride on ahead before the news reaches Baldur's Gate. So you can get into the city, you can find this...
oh, right, okay, element of surprise sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we might as well then. Let's go. Let's ride.
That's rad.
Ride or fly.
Nobody cares about the refugees.
What was that, Mark?
Nobody cares about the refugees.
Nobody cares about the refugees. Well, you're from Baldur's Gate, so yeah, you don't really have the same interest here. But remember, whatever's happened to Elturel could well happen to Baldur's Gate. We don't know at this point.
This is true.
Which is why we should go there.
Cool, everyone's in agreement. Okay, so the ride to Baldur's Gate is swift and largely without issue, taking around 3 days. in stark contrast to the horrors just witnessed. For the first 2 days, the road west is lined with delicate flowers and low-level bushes that bear sweet fruits and fragrant odours. The sun is positioned nicely overhead, and a gentle breeze coming off the river Chothondar to the party's left ensures that the party remains comfortable. On the 3rd day of travel, the paved road begins to give way to large patches of unkempt grass, and the fragrant smells of wildflowers are slowly overtaken by the harsh stenches of industry, signalling the party's approach to Baldur's Gate. As the party get closer to the city, the trees seem to get darker, and the wild flora appears to get less diverse, being predominantly made up now of hard shrubs and prickly bushes. Following a long climb up to the crest of a sizable hill, the impossibly large and imposing Basilisk Gate can finally be seen in the distance. Forming one of the 3 main entry points into the city, the tall, statue-lined gate pierces the city's eastern wall and guards the city proper. With the city of Baldur's Gate now in full view, you see that stretching forth from each of the city's external gates is a sort of outer city that seems to sprawl outwards in a chaotic tangle of shanties and shops, with an unknowable number of tents and carts lining the roads. Following the track down into the outer city, you find that passing through the ramshackle neighbourhoods is no easy task. Teeming with all manner of people, all traffic coming into the city is deliberately hemmed in by cooking fires, market stalls, and industries too noisy or repugnant for the city's more genteel citizens. After what feels like an age, you finally arrive at one of the many checkpoints that block entry into the city proper. Deliberately rudimentary in nature, each checkpoint consists of a large wooden table placed under a semi-permanent pagoda, attended by a large humanoid wearing a full set of half-plate armour. Behind the checkpoints are an array of crossbowmen with their bows trained on the gaps between the checkpoints, making it virtually impossible to gain entry without first being granted prior permission. As you approach the checkpoint, you notice that the humanoid behind the table is currently swinging backwards on his chair while staring at the party intently. When you get within 20 foot of the table, the humanoid stands upright, revealing a large, flaming fist sigil emblazoned on its chest. He calls you forward and points at the horses, saying, "Not permitted. Anything larger than a peacock is not to be brought into the city by order of the city's founding patrons. Either leave them here and pay for their stabling, or surrender them to the Flaming Fist, for us to do with them as we see fit." Then, recognizing Domenico and Baku to be members of the Flaming Fist, the guardsman walks around the table and takes the pair by the shoulders, before saying, "Ah, fellow fists, been given guard duty, have we? Well, I don't see the point of this treaty if you ask me. I mean, do we really need these pious pricks from the Gauntlet and those devil-loving Hell Riders meddling with the way we do things around here? Besides, we've been keeping the cult in check just fine on our own. How are they supposed to help Baldur's Gate anyway?" "Well, orders are orders, I guess. Hey, listen, I feel sorry for you. I really do. Let me take care of your horses. Just buy me a tankard of ale and the elf song sometime, yeah?" Now turning to the Hell Riders. "Oi, you best be on your guard while you're in my city, Hell Riders. This treaty may protect you while Grand Duke Alder is in Elturel, but let's see how long your protection lasts when he's back in the gate, eh?" The humanoid seems to gather mucus from the depths of his soul, and he spits it in your direction, being careful not to actually hit you with it. A look of real disgust is thrown towards the Hell Riders. The guardsman then waves his hand in the air, signalling the crossbowmen that the party has been given safe passage. "Remember," the guard will say, directing his attention to the Hell Riders, "we will be watching." The guard then gathers your horses and begins to carefully lead them towards the stabling to the right of the checkpoint. Leaving your horses in the care of the Flaming Fist, you then pass the Flaming Fist defences and begin to make your way under the colossal arch of the Basilisk Gate. It's at this point that you get a real sense of the defensive capabilities of the city and how easy it would be to shut the city off from the rest of the Sword Coast. As you walk under the statue-lined basilisk gate, your attentions are immediately drawn to the 20 or so poor cutlasses that hang some 80 foot above your heads. The city walls themselves seem stupidly thick, being some 30 foot in diameter, and the drawbridge into the city proper doesn't cross water as you might expect, but rather a field of what seems like 100,000 spears up on end, desperate for something to fall in. Finally making your way into the city proper, you see that the streets are extremely narrow and thick with well-trodden mud. The buildings themselves don't seem to follow any predictable patterns and seem to be constructed of a mixture of wood, clay, and rudimentary brick. The lack of any discernible urban planning results in many streets leading to dead ends and strange turns about the city. As a result, it's clear to you why large animals are not permitted within the city walls and why crime is so rampant. In stark contrast to the warm and friendly atmosphere of El Torel, the people of this district do their very best to avoid any sort of eye contact with the party. Most citizens are garbed in heavy, obscuring cloaks, and those that aren't can be seen travelling with either an armed retinue or curtained safely within a palanquin. What do you guys want to do? You just entered the city. It's been 3 days hard ride. You haven't rested yet. Mark, you will know. You'll know your way around the city if you wanted to go straight for the bathhouse. But it's up to you guys.
Pub.
What do you guys want to do now you're in the city? It's quite cramped. At this point, it's probably, let's say, midday. There's quite a way to go. If you went straight for the bathhouse now, you'd imagine that you'd get there maybe at midnight at best bets.
Should we find a pub?
Yeah, should we get some, like, do a short or long rest just because then everyone gets full HP back?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you guys did want to go on, you would suffer a level of exhaustion, which would mean you'd get disadvantage on any ability checks that you get until you long rest.
Yeah.
You've been riding
Long.
3 days straight, like the horrors of the material plane splitting, the thunderous sound of the cacophonous blasts are still running through your head. When you close your eyes to blink, all you can see is the blazing inferno.
Yeah, definitely.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah, long rest.
Yeah, okay. So, Mark, you will know that the best place to go is probably the Elf Song. But there's also a few dwarven holes. But again, you would know that you wouldn't be welcome. It will be quite the event for you to walk into a dwarven hole. There are a few others. Let me just find it quickly. Oh yeah, there's the Blade and Stars, or if you want something a bit more upmarket, then you've got where is it? Oh yeah, if you want something a bit more upmarket, you've got Joplin's. Mark, you come from the city, you'll know that Joplin's is like a tea house. It's quite snooty. It doesn't really fit within the lower city. You know that Baldur's Gate itself is split. There's the high city and the lower city. The lower city is like where all your workers are, is where crime is rampant. And then the high city is like a place of luxury. But again, you would expect Joplin's to be in the high city rather than in the lower city. Or you've got the Elf Song, which is, well, it has elves that like to sing. It's quite popular. Or the Blade and Stars, which is kind of like your middle market kind of pub.
Right. Is there a cost to each one to sleep there?
There is. The cheapest one would be the Elf Song.
That's probably the best one, wouldn't it? Because then it means, even though Jess is a Hell Rider, it means that she's going to be fitting in a little bit more than.
Yeah, it's run by half elves.
We'll go with the cheap one then.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to suggest the cheap one.
Yeah.
I was going to go with the dwarves, but if they're not the cheapest, I don't want to go there.
Yeah. Well, obviously it's up to you guys, but you wouldn't get the friendliest of welcome. That's for sure.
Yeah, let's go for the GP one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to go to the Elf Song Tavern.
Yeah.
Okay, so before you get there, Mark, you'll relay this to the rest of the party. You'll know that despite its rough and tumble clientele, the tavern is one of the most popular in Baldur's Gate. At frequent and seeming randomly intervals, a disembodied elven voice will cut through the crowd, its song haunting enough to magically dim the room's lanterns and even make the bar's most hardiest customers weep. It's quite the experience.
All right.
Okay, so you make your way there. Where you are in Baldur's Gate at the moment, you're at the East Gate. The Elf Song is pretty much as west as you can get without crossing the harbour. Baldur's Gate is in, if you imagine a U shape. Have I got a map? I do have a map. It's got some cheeky bits on it, so we'll just give you the lower city for now.
Quick question.
Yeah.
In Baldur's Gate, is there a Lion Costa?
There is.
What?
Lion Costa.
I'll just send this through to you guys now so you can see whereabouts you are, where you've come in. So you've come in the Basilisk Gate on the eastern portion. You've just come through the outer city. You've crossed the drawbridge into the city proper, and now you're making your way to the Elf Song. By the time you get there, this map isn't quite the way I'm doing it, but let's say you get there around 9 at night. So the streets themselves have darkened. As you walk further into the city, you find that the well-trodden mud will quickly give way to a patchwork of cobblestone. However, damp clings to the city, and as a result, the cobbles are slick underfoot. You notice that the entrances to the various shops and drinking holes that you pass have spread buckets of river gravel and straw in an effort to steady their patrons and aid them finding their footings. You also see that as the narrow streets continued on, the sun had great difficulty reaching the street below, which created many areas of near complete darkness. To combat this, locations of importance, so like crossroads, like archways, are all lined with like glassless tin candle lanterns that threw light down onto the rough cobbles below.
Okay.
So you make your way to the Elf Song Tavern. It's kind of it's a brick building. It's not hodgepodge like the rest. You see that there's been some care into its design. It's a 2-story building for what you see from the outside. But Mark, you will know that there's actually a basement. The basement is like a private audience room kind of thing. But you can't see that off from the outside, obviously. It looks quite large. It's one of the largest buildings that you passed so far. It's all made of brick. I don't have a picture of it right now. I apologise. Yeah, but if you want, we could cut it here, or you could go in, get your rooms and stuff sorted first.
Should we? Because we don't really want to start on a long rest, do we?
You could do. It's up to you.
Yeah. Is everyone okay with that? And then it means Corey gets back in, and kind of we can just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Well, we'll knock on Baldur's Gate. On Elf Song, and then cut to be continued.
Okay, so you haven't long rested yet then? Or do you want to go in, get your room sorted, maybe have a drink, and then we'll cut?
Do we have a drink?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, cool. So you walk into the tavern itself. You see it's quite lively. There's some tables. You've got some like games rooms. Much like Weatherspoons, there's also like booths off to the side. Woo! They're like glass panels you can see in it. It just seemed to be like some dice games going on. But if you continue straight, you reach the bar. Behind the bar, you will find. Sorry. You will find a half elf standing behind the bar. All right, guys. What can I do you for?
Oh, can I get a drink?
Oh, 100%. What do you
Order
want? We've got Dwarven Ale. We've got Elven Ale. Definitely recommend the Elven Ale over the Dwarven any day. But you've got your bog standard, just what what your humans would drink. Got some bird seed if you want it there. What would you like?
Oh,
Ale.
Dwarven, right? One Dwarven Ale. That's 1 copper piece. Anyone else?
Elven.
Elven, wee. It's 2 copper pieces, but for you, let's call it 1.
Thanks.
wee. I'll get some water and birdseed, thanks.
He was definitely trying to pick on you a little bit there.
Right.
Well, I apologise. I have to be honest. I've never seen anyone like you before. I apologise for my jab. I'll take that back. Would you like ale?
Yeah, but it has to be free.
For I don't want to cause any ruckus here. Okay, cool. But just don't tell anyone, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Mike, do you want anything?
Yeah, I'll have ale.
The standard, or do you want dwarven or elvish?
Standard.
Standard, okay. Copper piece from you all, then, please. Do you want anything else? We've got some rooms available if you want them, or you just for the entertainment.
Yeah, can we have 5 rooms?
5 rooms. I could do 3. I've got 2 singles and a large room. I've got 2 beds in there, perhaps. I'm afraid that's all I've got.
My character looks at him and says, "Can you not kick someone out of another room?"
I can't personally. I wouldn't want to upset the clientele.
Can we get the client and kick someone out of a room?
I then show him my pestle and mortar with the ground bone up in it. There's a bit of intimidation.
He won't notice or know what it is. He looks at it like, would you like to bake something?
It's all right. I'll sleep on the floor. We'll just take the 3 rooms.
The 3 rooms. Good choice. That is take back, let's say, 2 silver pieces for a night.
Cool.
1.
How many silver and a gold?
There's 10 silver to a gold, and there's 10 copper to a silver.
Wait.
Okay. I'll pay for the rooms, so I get. So if I do -1 gold, I get 8 silver back. No, hang on. Was it 2 per room or 2 for all of them?
2 for all of it.
So I get 8 silver back. Yeah.
And then the drinks, just work that out.
Well, I'm not paying for drinks. I got my drink for free. So.
Oh, come on, Chris.
The other guys have to sort themselves out. It's not for free, guys. I will expect some sort of payment here. You either perform or you pay. Up to you.
Louis?
I know what you're doing, Jess.
I'd love to see what skill that comes under when it's.
We'll go with persuasion. See if it works. See if he picks up on it.
What happens if you roll a 1?
He's not interested. What'd you get?
Hang on. 17.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's very interested. It was fuck's sake. Okay.
Now the nose is in. Also, have you got any king size beds? Because got some big cloak.
It just so happens that I've got a large, say, room that I was keeping for myself. I could offer that to the party in exchange for a whatever you're offering there. The room's got, let's say, I could fit 5 beds in there quite easily. I'll even give you pillows rather than the straw. I'll make it worth the exchange.
Make it comfortable.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
So do I get my money back?
That's a deal. No, you have to do your own.
Yeah, just. Oh yeah, shit. At this point, he's not interested in anyone other than Jess.
Great.
I'll say to Jess, I'm quite busy right now. If I come see you later?
Yeah. No.
Like he's got patrons queuing up behind you. He doesn't want to lose out on the coin if you.
Yeah, see me later. We'll leave it, Dawn.
Yeah. Payment. Okay, cool. So he will point you upstairs. To the stairs that are over to the right. You go up the stairs. You enter another large, like, drinking area. You see that there's like a second bar up there if you wanted it. But you are directed directly ahead of the stairs, and you enter a large room. There's already 3 quite spacious beds set up in there, but it was like, give me 5 minutes, I'll sort out the rest. He disappears, and then a couple of human commoners walk in with some bed frames. They set up the bed frames, and they don't give you pillows.
Huh, why not?
I flash my my flaming fist badge at them and say, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I apologise. 2 seconds. The humans will vacate the room quite quickly. You don't see them again. They don't come back.
Ooh, bastards.
You were promised pillows in exchange for a.
So, question is, who gets the pillows? There's 5 of us and 3 pillows.
Well, I'm flaming fist, so if you want my help, you give me a pillow.
All I'm asking is, I just want a spacious bed because, having massive fucking wings is
He's
a
a
bit
bit
of a
one
get into bed.
Yeah, Chris, how do you sleep? Do you perch? Do you lie down?
Do you remember you sat on the end of the bed like this?
Yeah, exactly. I like to think you've got like a spacious bed, but all you're doing is literally just perching right on the end of it.
Yeah.
The bed portion is unused. You're on like the footboard. Right. So I haven't actually got this bit or the elf song prepared. We could call it here if you wanted, guys, and then we'll pick up next session, having completed the long rest.
Yeah. Do we need to roll on this long rest, or because we're in?
No, you are in quite a safe space, so you get like a full 8 hours. You only need 4 to regain your abilities, but you trust the area, which is weird for Baldur's Gate. You feel completely safe. You can hear like the disembodied elf, female elf voice just flow through the rooms. It does provide a sense of calm. It definitely works on you guys, and you sleep right through the night.
Is anyone's sleep disrupted because of other things?
No.
It hasn't happened yet. He hasn't returned to the room.
No. We'll say or Alan. Alan Alith is his full name. He doesn't collect. I think he felt too embarrassed.
That's right.
So you got away with that. You still paid 2 silver pieces, but you got the best room in the tavern. Definitely.
So we'll keep that in mind for next time. Blow blowies out.
I love it, right? If Chris takes that into every other campaign where he's like, right, I'll give you a blowy for it.
I just have this image that this is almost the first time this has ever happened in D&D, that one of the characters has gone, right, what about giving him a blowy?
Well, I know that it's not the first time.
The first time.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't expecting Jess to pull it out of the bag, though. That's not how we're playing, Jess.
I think it should be.
Well, it's your story too. It could be if you want to play it, but
D&D taking a very different turn.
this guy was definitely unprepared. He's happy to just forget the whole thing.
Fair. All right.
Right, guys, do you want to do a downtime? Chris, you've got the that bone. You could attune to that if you wanted.
Yeah, I might play around with that next session.
Okay. See, I will send that through to you then.
Awesome, thank you. Oh yeah. Well, to be fair, I wasn't too injured, so I might just get like 4 hours sleep and then spend the other 4 attuning myself.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll let you do it in a downtime in a long rest anyway.
Okay.
It probably takes like an hour. We'll say. Jess, you don't actually sleep because you're an elf. You go into like a trance-like state, which is heightened because of the elfin disembodied voice that's flowing through the tavern. So you feel very, very rested. You're quite well relaxed. Everyone else has a brilliant night's sleep, despite the pillow situation. You guys managed to figure it out. Corey, because he's not here, he opted to forego his pillow, and he made one out of his bedroll. I'm just trying to find the bone of animation. Okay, cool. So Chris, you'll find that the bone is called a bone of animation. The item itself, it appears to be a regular upper arm bone. But while you hold the bone, you use an action to speak the command word, which could be anything you want. And the bone, when you throw it onto the floor, will turn into a skeleton.
Sweet.
The skeleton will revert back to the bone after an hour, or when it drops to 0 hit points.
Okay.
The skeleton itself is friendly to you and your companions for the duration, and you will roll initiative for it and roleplay it on your turns.
Okay. Quick question. It's going to sound really sad. Is it a bit like a Pokemon?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So I get the bone back.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's an uncommon, wondrous item. It's also worth 500 gold pieces if you wanted to sell it.
What the?
Oh, that's good, Chris. Oh,
It's
yeah.
an item. But Aku, I don't know whether you see this. Do you see it? Is Chris
See what?
Chris, do you explain the item to the party?
I'll explain what it does. I won't go into price.
Okay. But Baku, being a member of the Flaming Fist, you will provide a warning to Chris to not flash the item whilst you're in Baldur's Gate. You will relay that that magic items need to be registered with the Flaming Fist. Any use of unpermitted items will result in a prison sentence, or at worst, a trip to the hard labour camps to the north. You give it as like a friendly warning to Chris. It gives you kind of flavour that there's a kind of like restriction on magic items inside of Baldur's Gate.
Right.
But Baku, you yourself, you haven't encountered anyone that's had magic items. This is just like one of those vague directives that you get from above. You don't think it's ever going to apply, but you get quite friendly with the party, which is unusual for a member of the Flaming Fist, I admit. But as this is kind of like the party going forward, you're happy to share that information.
Also, we've seen some shit.
We've seen some shit. Oh yeah, mate. You've seen a whole city get dragged into hell. you have confirmed that hell is real. If you guys want to know more, give me a religion check. Finish.
Yeah, got a bit.
Where's my D?
6.
6.
18.
Natty 20.
Natty 20. Okay, cool. So you will know that there are. Oh, sorry. It would have been a nature check or religion. Baku, if you give me a nature check, see if you will redeem it that way.
4.
Jess, did you roll? What did you get?
I got a 9, and then nature roll I got 12.
Yeah, it's probably enough. I mean, you're going to share the information among the party anyway, I hope. So you know that the world itself is in the physical plane, the material plane, but there's also other planes of existence. There's also the elemental planes. So there's an elemental plane of fire, water, air, and earth. There's also a paradise realm. There's also the 9 realms of hell. The first one being known as Avernus, which is where the Elturel has been dragged to. The Hell Riders, so Jess, you will recognise Avernus because Avernus is where the Hell Riders came from, and a lot of the art in all your bases are based on this this plane. It's quite distinct. It looks different from the rest. It looks like flat Earth with like pillars coming up. There's like fire everywhere. Whereas the other layers of hell have all got their distinct qualities. So some are like ethereal planes. So you'll be almost like swimming in a sense, but you'll be swimming in flame, which doesn't, it doesn't quite make sense. But Jess, specifically, you would recognise that when Elturel was dragged into hell, it was dragged into the first layer, so Avernus. What was everyone's religion rolls again?
I got 20.
20.
18.
18. So you will know that the first layer of hell is ruled by Ziriel, who, incidentally, was a Hell Rider before she fell. She was the leader of the Hell Riders, the founder. So Jess, Ziriel is like a name that sparks something in you. You know that from the stories that you've been told about Hell Riders' creation. But yeah, she led the army into hell to claim the swords back from the 9 demon lords. The 9 demon lords. But unfortunately, she didn't make it out. Only some of the Hell Riders came back, and then from there formed the organisation.
Okay.
But Ziriel, as far as you're aware, is alive and has been granted deity status.
Nice. Work for some.
Yeah, not bad. So there's a lot of information in that session then, guys. So if you want to watch it back, get what you can.
Yeah.
You're welcome to. I'll set up a Dropbox and I'll put all these in there so you can watch them.
Okay.
I think with next session, I'll try and set up or the next session is going to be recorded in full. I'll do like a YouTube thing, like a private page or whatever, and then I'll direct you there so it's easier for you to watch. But if you want the MP4s or if you want the audio, I can just send that through, email it to everyone or whatever.
Awesome. That's brilliant. Cheers, mate.
Yes, yeah.
So we're meeting not next Tuesday, Tuesday after, yeah?
So it'd be the 29th?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Sweet.
Cool.
All right, cool. Oh yeah, Tuesdays now, isn't it? Yeah, so next Tuesday after. Yeah, banging.
Awesome.
Right then, guys, so you did a lot. Like I say, I'd recommend you just like watching this over again just to get like the lore dump because it was quite heavy, especially Elturel's Fall, like Baldur's Gate, where you are at the moment.
Yeah.
And then we'll go in next time with you completing a long rest. You wake up in the morning feeling refreshed and ready to go.
Awesome.
Yeah, right, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much for that.
No
Cool.
worries.
Thanks, Matt.
Catch you guys in a bit.
Next time.
Bye.
Thanks, Simon.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye.
See you guys.